Joe Hendry came over to NXT. Seems to be active now. What has WWE given back to TNA that's an equal? Tatum Paxley? Izzy Dame? The No Quarter Catch Crew? Now, I said when this all started, that's the best way for WWE to get even more out of this. Is people who need work can go work in TNA. You need more reps. You're working with people with more experience. You get out of that friggin' performance center. You get out of Florida. You get your feet wet somewhere else. That's good. But once again, that's WWE getting more out of it than TNA. They're getting people that they want, some experience. The Noah deal. All right, they got AJ Styles. That was cool. Tavion Heights, Josh Briggs are in their N1. They're in their tournament. Because they want to get more out of them. Oh, well, Mary Fuji's coming over for SummerSlam. All right. Rossi just all that stuff with the stardom, and he gets out of there because he was clearly already in bed with WWE. Took Julia with him. Starts his own promotion. WWE goes, yeah, we got Julia. She can go work over there. Oh, we'll give you EO. That ain't going to be the last time that stuff happens. There's another place WWE can pick from, while also making that global footprint even bigger. If you're getting the picture here, WWE is always going to make out the best in these situations. I don't know how much they care about those relationships staying strong and blossoming. Is it, we'll go with it as long as we need it and we'll move on. Now, those other companies should want to put themselves in a position where they come out better when it's over. I don't know if TNA is getting out of it what they should be. And I don't think Tony Khan is going to work with WWE, because then, even if it's one-off Super Show, somebody's got to win, somebody's got to lose. You know, the TNA AEW relationship was interesting. And there'll be people from TNA say, this, you know, this one's better. Well, yeah, they're in it right now. You know, Moose said it was better. Has Moose gotten anything out of this? Is he saying that so he pops up on NXT? Hell, I would say the same thing if I was him. TNA sold, whatever it was, 4,000 seats, I guess, for Slammiversary in Montreal with a big local guy on it. Couple, Mike Bailey and PCO. Okay. Maybe there's some of the intrigue of WWE being part of it. They weren't a big part of it. Joe Hendry beat Moose, or pinned Moose. Didn't win the match. Nick Nemeth won the match. And Nick talked about this. By the way, I'll be on Busted Open with Nick and Thunder Rosa this Friday. First time working with those two in such a capacity. So check that out. I'll also be on Busted Open tomorrow with Tommy Dreamer. And next week with Tommy Dreamer. More on that. That's for Busted Open time. But I will be on Busted Open the next 2 days hosting. But Nick said, listen, because he had to answer the questions of why did Joe Hendry win? Well, Joe pinned Moose. Moose hasn't been beaten in quite some time. Nick Nemeth didn't pin Moose. He was the last guy remaining in that elimination match. But Joe got something out of it. Maybe that builds him up. As Nick said, well, now he's got a right to my championship. Now on the NXT side, and I'll just kind of work in the NXT stuff here, because NXT didn't do a hell of a lot for me last night. Joe Hendry sets up a match, and he's feuding with Gallus now. And He's going to do the concert next week, and he put the flyers over everywhere. There he is. The Great American Bash with Scotland's own Joe Hendry. Good for him. WWE is getting way more out of Joe Hendry than TNA is. Joe was the digital media title. He's over. He's got viral stuff. His theme song is 4 years old. And now he's got a machine behind him. He's got a machine behind him. And now I think, just based on flashing his face up after Ethan Page won the NXT title, you expect Joe Hendry on NXT. Navy said it. Poaching. Jordan Grace set her contracts up next January. You don't think she'll have a deal waiting for her from WWE? I think I've seen Joe in some interviews say he's got multiple years left. All right. If Joe Hendry, and I've said this and I don't know the answer because time will tell. If Joe Hendry is a comedic flash in the pan and there isn't much more to this, if it's a Fandango situation, if it's a Sandow situation, things like that, then WWE will squeeze that orange and get as much juice out of it as they can. And if there isn't more to it, that'll be that. But if there is more to it, and Joe becomes more of a legitimate threat, or, and this is not a bad thing, he finds himself in the Santino role, the R-Truth role. Hell, Funaki played this as the number one announcer, that kind of thing. That's a nice spot to be in. Not as many bumps. You have fun. You're beloved. Everybody's happy to see you. If you have a couple of magical runs where you get a chance to go for the title, sure. Santino, think about the Rumble. Think about the Elimination Chamber. But that's it. He wasn't going to WrestleMania. He's gotten prominent spots at WrestleMania, but he wasn't going there. If Joe Hendry lands in that kind of role, hell, I think he'd be thrilled. Hey, this is Matt Camp. Thanks for checking out one of our recent clips from the Wrestling Mat. Why is someone so close to The Rock kind of throwing Cody under the bus?
Yeah, a lot of people won't engage with Jim Cornette. I did, just because I have a mark for Jim Cornette.
Please subscribe right now. Hit the like and turn on notifications so you don't miss a thing. And I think you should listen to your TV partners. Let me tell you about WWE and a little insight. More subscribers means more content. And make sure you follow us on social media at WrestlingMat23 on both Twitter and Instagram.